So one time, this boomer was getting mad at me. I'm saying boomer derogatory here, and I mean it. I think they're too old to be a boomer because they started like going all like, "Oh, young people these days" on me. They're like, "Oh, like what news channels do you watch?" And I was like, "I don't watch the news." And they're like, "Well, then how do you know what's going on in the world?" And I was like, "I don't know, like social media." And they're like, "Oh, but you don't know what's going on in the broader sphere then. You only know what's going on in like the people that like are close to you or whatever." And I'm like, I mean, like knowing about it doesn't change anything, so I don't bother. And they're like, "Oh, well, that's no mindset to have. What about like when it comes to voting and stuff?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't vote, so." And they're like, "Oh, so yeah, no. And I'm just sitting there like, "Man, I don't know what to tell you. I play video games for a living. Like, what do you want me to vote on, bro?" I don't even leave my house. Why do you think I care what's going on outside of it? Oh, because it affects you. Bro, I have no right to vote. I am too stupid. Democracy defeated. Sir, let's make something 100% clear. Yeah, you don't want me to vote. Exactly, Sparks. You don't want me to vote. I love how they think the news they watch is actually truthful and factual. Well, that's another thing is like they don't, right? They don't think the news that they watch is truthful or factual. And then they're like, "Why aren't you watching it?" And I'm like, "'Cause man, it doesn't matter." You know who it matters to? People that it matters to. You know what I do? I just sit in my house and I play video games. What do you want from me, bro? Bro, calm down. I get all my news from VTubers. Pippa reads the paper. Sometimes. My parents get like the local pamphlets and stuff sent to them. And I'm like, they always like throw it into like the burn pile. And I'm like, oh, what is going on in the local community? And I flip through and it's like, $5 Domino's coupon. Okay. Social media is all lies. The TV told me so. Yeah. The news is just too sad. The news is always like 10 people who are all pregnant mothers with happy families and were the sole breadwinners of their households die in a tragic accident that could have been completely avoided. They died because the company that they worked for put them all on a bus and drove that bus into a volcano and hired a drunk person to drive the bus. And the drunk person was the son of the CEO. And he survived. He's the only one that survived. And you're like, what? This is like comically evil. This is comically evil. What's going on? Is this real? Is this true? And then you look it up and you're like, oh, it is true. Okay. Yeah, least tragic news story. 20 people died in a boat accident on a random lake. Yeah. True, man. And then all the comments are like people being like, they deserved it. And you're like, whoa, man, calm down. What do you mean they deserved it? And all the people in the comments, they're like these 80-year-old evil nut jobs that are like, they deserved it because they went out on a full moon. And you should know that the full moon makes you crazy. And you're like, what? And then there's like some other person and they're like, you know, back in my day, we had better sense than to go out on a boat on the lake. Nowadays, people just be doing anything. And you're like, what the hell? What are you talking about? You know, you're not allowed to go boating on a lake now? And then somebody else is making it about politics and somebody else is making it about the politics counter that politics. And then there's one person that's going, oh, that's sad. And that person has like some sad reacts, but then there's like 10 comments responding to them going, nah, fuck them. And you're like, oh my God, everybody's so mean.
Mwah! Mwah! Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, bye-bye.